All right, I want to just take a moment. I want to welcome Jeanette and Audrey, Michelle, Deb K, Cami, Karen, Michelle, Tanya, and it looks like Bonnie is coming in. There's Miss Bonnie. So, welcome everybody to our call today. Jeanette, I'm going to make you co-host.
Okay.
And if you see some other people coming in, if you don't mind, if I miss them, oh, like there's Lisa D. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, from going forward, if I miss anyone, please just grab them in and we'll be good to go. All right, everybody. So, welcome to wow, to our May 6th team meeting. I'm Joan Robison, and the first thing I want to do is whether you're able to be on this call live, which we just added in Bonnie and Kelly and Jean. Welcome to the call. And Lisa D, welcome. And there's Christina, welcome. I just want to say welcome. And Jackie, there's Jackie back from Bali. So, guys, I want to take a moment and just tell you what we're going to be covering today. So, I'm going to be running through the sales flow. I've got some new documents, and I've also got Jeanette, who is going to announce a 7-day incentive type or promotion that we're going to be doing, and she's also going to kick us off with some announcements. I want to take a moment and give a huge shout out to Lisa Dockery. Lisa, congrats. She just signed her first person. Very excited. And let's see here. I also wanted to give a shout out. I know Jackie is at work, but Jackie and Alex just got back from Bali and they said it was absolutely fabulous. So they went on their first life experience, or Jackie did. And guys, it was amazing. I know, Jackie, are you able to share anything about that? Or are you I mean, I kind of know you're at work. I just want to double check. Okay, I think she is at work. So we'll just, all right. But I know, she will probably share at some point a little bit about that life experience and how incredible it was. So that is fabulous. Oh, here she's coming in again. You see that, Jeanette? Okay, cool. All right. Um, Lisa, tell us a little. Oh, there's Jackie. Okay, Jackie, can you tell us a little bit about Bali?
Hi. Hi, guys. Sorry, I don't know what happened there. Yeah, I'm on lunch. I'm at work, but you guys, I just came back from Bali. Absolutely just breathtaking, amazing. Um, from the people to the culture to the views. I mean, I told Joan last night, we were chatting for a minute. I got home late last night from 17 hours. Well, a little more than that, probably 21 total hours on a plane. But um, it was just, it was perfect, you guys. I wanted to really have the platform under my belt before I really, really dug in. And I, I'm hooked, you guys. I've already booked Santorini in September. There's six of us going on that, and I have a new girl joining today. So it's everything that we keep hearing. I mean, that's just the bottom line, you guys.
That's so awesome. Yay. And so, Jackie, I got a question or two, and I know, guys, I want to be respectful of Jackie. I know you're at work, but Jackie, was the hotel and was everything from the life experience like super cool?
every single thing. We booked all of our tours through our platform. We had the most amazing young men taking us around on our tours. We seen everything you're supposed to see, all the Instagram highlights of Bali, the waterfalls, the gates of heaven. Like, I mean, it was perfect. The airlines we flew out of Seattle. I connected in Seattle. We flew China Airlines, top notch. We stopped in Taiwan. It just, I can't say enough about it. Like, I'm hooked, hooked.
Oh, I love it. I'm so
Yeah,
glad to hear that. Wow. Well, I know, you know what? Gosh, I'm getting almost choked up. I don't know why. Maybe
I
my
did get choked up
maybe
over
my
there a couple of
hormones are
times.
off. No, I don't
Yeah,
know what's going
yeah,
on. Jeez.
yeah.
I'm
It
just so
just it
excited.
was such a deep, deep experience for me. Um, I'm a true believer. We're put in places and things are taken away at times where we don't understand, but I get it after this trip. I get it.
Oh,
So
and I think maybe too, I just, I'm sorry, you guys. Jeez. I just know that you and Alex have been through a lot. So I'm just so happy. All right. Jeez. Tell Alex I got a little choked up.
I
Jeez.
will.
Anyway,
It do it, Joan. I mean it's I got choked up several times over there. Like it
yeah.
was such a blessing and just the majority of the country is, I'll just say this real quick. The majority of the country, 80% is Hindu.
Yeah.
And what I really took away from, I researched a lot before I went there because I wanted to understand it somewhat. But the word karma that we use all the time here in the United States, it derives from Hinduism. And so the people there, you never talk negative. Everything should be positive because they truly believe what you put out into the world is what you get back. And to see these beautiful people, just it's amazing what you don't need in your life to be happy, is all I can tell you.
That's great.
Truly. Yeah.
Mhm. I'm so glad. I'm so glad, Jackie, that you were able to come on today and share. Guys, let's give Jackie just a nice little hand and thank you so much for bringing your experience back and sharing it with all of us. And I am truly really happy that you guys had such a great trip because you've been through a lot. So,
Yeah, it was fantastic. I hope I'll let you guys have your meeting. I'm gonna still stay on. I'm at lunch.
yeah.
I'm gonna go grab my lunch, but hope to see you guys in June.
All right. Yep, we'll see you there. We'll see you here in Scottsdale since I do live here. Awesome. All right. Okay, I would love Lisa. Where is she? There she is. Lisa, I would love for you to share just how excited you are and just maybe a little bit about what you did because that didn't just happen, that was
Hmm.
cultivated, it was
Yeah,
developed. And I'd love for
yeah.
you to share that with the crew.
So I've been talking to Teresa basically since I got back from Dallas.
Mhm.
And we did a three-way one night with her and Joan, and her husband was on. And she just felt like it wasn't the right time. And I just, every once in a while, still I send her a note about the Turbo 90, back in March. And she was just, still just wasn't ready. Whatever. And then when the new life experiences come out, I know that her and Travis want to go to New Zealand for their anniversary next year. And when the New Zealand life experience showed up, I know it's not the right time, but just to show her that it's coming, that those kinds of things, those kinds of trips are going to be there. So I just sent her a text on Friday or Saturday, and like, hey, look what they've got. And she responded back, I think the next day, I think I sent it Friday, and she responded back Saturday. And she's like, huh. So we just kind of started talking to her, talking, texting back and forth. And I said, Teresa, how I'm looking at it, no pressure on me at all. I'm like, if I never build a team, we still benefit from the travel membership, from the travel platform. And I'm like, that's just how I'm looking at it. And, we've got a lot going on. My son's a senior and we are, all in the throes of that. So, but, so just showing her that it's no skin off my back if she never signs. It's just, just what it is. And so then she's like, I really wish I would have joined when it was 2 months free. I said, hey, you signed by Tuesday. They've extended it. She's like, tell me more. And so we started talking. And so I sent her a text on Monday and said, hey, you've got until, midnight tomorrow. Yesterday morning, she texted me. She said, can we meet for lunch? So we met for lunch. I had my laptop. She actually got to see the platform, got to actually, put some stuff in and kind of look at it. And she's like, well, Travis has already told me not to do anything, but I'm going to go home and talk to him. And so about 8 o'clock last night, she sent me a text, send me the link. So then
Ready to
we're here.
go.
So yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yay.
So
Well, let's give it up for Lisa. And guys, what I hope each one of you heard was follow through.
mhm,
It's
yeah.
such um sales, marketing, life, right? It all is about relationships. And when we can really follow through on our relationships, oftentimes this is the kind of thing that happens because you'll notice the gal didn't come back to Lisa. Lisa kept in step with her prospect, even after her prospect said no. And it wasn't no forever. And I think sometimes when we hear no, we take it so personally that we can get in our head like, no, they don't want to do it. No, they don't want my support, my help, whatever. But really, it's just, it was a timing. Maybe it was a little bit around belief. And guess what? Because Lisa kept in step, she signed her first person. So that's exciting. So excited. Okay, guys. I am going to turn it over to Jeanette. I want to just commend Jeanette. Jeanette reached out to me and we were talking about various things. And she said, I just would really like to help everybody get kind of excited again and get re-engaged. And, my hat's off to her because she really just out of the goodness of her heart was like, hey, what do you think of this? So Jeanette, I'm going to turn it over to you. I know you've got a few announcements. Maybe we want to start there and then we can talk about the promo that we're going to be running. So go
All
ahead.
right. Well, hi, everybody. It's so good to see everybody on. I am excited. Yes, I don't know if you guys were on yesterday's call. It was awesome. The CEO call was great. And they left quite a few spaces where we can just jump in. So I know they're doing the 90 days, 90 stays. So basically, it means everything in the next 90 days counts towards this ranking system, and the top 5 ranks get vacation points. Who doesn't love that? So we get to start doing that, and they'll announce the winners at the August CEO call. So that's one. The next one, who here loves that we started doing the Fast Start bonus again? We all got reset today. So for the next 7 days, we have an opportunity to get 2 people on and get an extra $150 in our little bank. Not our travel bank, but in our actual bank, in our wallet, right? So we get to start over again, which is awesome. We needed that. Everybody, this is another incentive for us to just go. And then the hub. I don't know if you guys have heard about the hub. It's extra training tools. It's tools that you can do for your recruitments and training and everything you have at your fingertips to help you recruit better and be able to know what you're talking about and have everything very accessible on one singular platform. And that's in your back office in the tokens space that you can get that. And right now they're running a special for get 2 months, and the third one is free. So take advantage of that now so you don't miss out. All right, guys, I'm really excited about this one. We're doing a 7-day go live challenge. Okay. Everybody loves a little challenge, a little incentive. Because guess what? We need to get people excited and people to see what exactly we're doing and what the heck is this all about, and not just the post. They need a real life person. So I'm going to post in our chat today an image. So every day is going to hold something different. Every day is going to either have, oh, here's my story, here's my why, here's different things that engage people. It's letting them know these are real things. Real things can, they connect. They do more than advertise to people, which is so incredibly important because when people can connect with you, they want to know about what you're doing. So that is what we're posting today, but we have some incentives. So everybody who completes the 7-day challenge, you're going to go into a drawing for 3 Starbucks gift cards. Anybody like coffee? I love my coffee. So yes, at the end of 7 days, we're going to do that. And you can either start it today or tomorrow. You're going to have to let the group know that you've completed it on day 7, and you'll be put into the drawing. So do we want to have that drawing held on Wednesday next week, Joan? You're muted.
I'm going, yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that's a great idea. Yeah, I would love to do that. And we can just at the beginning, like announcements, we can do the drawing. Yeah.
Yeah, I see a question there. We are going to live every single day for 7 days. That's what we're going to do. And I'm going to post the image in our chats so that you guys have that and accessible. It's just a nice little guide to help. Okay, what am I
Do
going to
you,
talk about today? It's going to help you with that.
hey, Jeanette, do you want to post it and then I can share screen to show them real quick?
Yeah. Do you want me to
Okay.
post it in the comments here?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
I have a
I
question,
will do.
Jeanette.
Yes.
Do we
What's
have
your
to, with your guide, do we have to follow the guide on what we're going to post, or can we post if we come up with our own idea for what we want to do?
As long as you are going live, you can have it be your own. This is mostly just a guide for those who want something to follow.
Thank you. Okay, great.
And yeah, that's all for announcements, and I will put that in our little comment section. I'm working on my phone, so I can't do 1,000 things at the same time. Amazing. There we go. All right. So it's going to be posted right now, the 7-day live challenge. And
Okay.
that's all I have for everybody. So Joan, you can take it away the rest of the space if you want.
Awesome. Okay, guys. So, oops. Jeez, hang on a minute. Can you guys see that 7-day challenge in there? Does everybody see that? I'm gonna just do a quick, how about if I do a screen share? There we go. Just so you guys get a little bit of a, so we've got, what is it here? Day 1, your story, 2, your why. Yeah, this is amazing. Thank you, Jeanette, for putting this together, guys. So, Jeanette, did we talk about the point system or how we were going to do the Starbucks cards? Did you say that? I'm sorry.
Yes, I did say that. And I said at the end of the 7 days to let you know in our chats who's completed it. And then we will do a drawing on Wednesday morning.
Yeah, so guys, I think Jeanette, when you post this in the team chat, will you pin it at the top so that everybody knows it'll be pinned at the top? And then when you go live, say that like, hey, I'm going live in the group, or I went live, right? So then at the end, we can just see everybody that's done it. It's kind of like there. It's sort of a built-in tracker. Does that make sense? I think that's a
Wonderful.
good idea. Awesome. Okay, guys. Well, in lieu of this fast start, restarting, and the fact that, you know, everyone here has the opportunity to earn an additional I almost said $750, an additional $150 by signing to Elite or Elite Turbos. Now, I know I've got some math students here within this group, so I want you guys for a moment. I don't know why that's doing that. Is my screen still sharing? No. Okay, good. Who's a math student? I want someone to figure out here 150 plus if you were to sign two elites. Oh, Karen, that would be you. I already know that since she taught math. Two elites or two elite turbos. You could either earn blank or blank. Karen, would you give us that? I think it's 75. What is it? 85 and 45 times two. Either, you know what I mean? Or you know what it is. So drop that amount down. I didn't do my math work before I got on. But Karen's going to show us, guys, if you were to sign two elites or two elite turbos plus this fast start, what you would earn for the week. So she'll drop that in the chat. And in lieu of that, what I have been working on a little bit behind the scenes is tightening up our sales flow. I really have used the sales flow that I train. Okay, so there we are. Wait 1 second. Yeah, so as an elite with the fast start, you could earn $230, or with the elite turbo, 310. So guys, I think if you are into serving people, right, and really moved by what Jackie and Lisa and many of you are doing, and you want to make some extra money, right? This week would be a really great week to just kick it into gear at the next level. Okay, so like I said, behind the scenes, what I've been doing is I've been really honing in on the sales flow. And I have really figured out whether it's with our team, with some of my clients, with our morning motivation crew. I work with a lot of different groups. I have really figured that the way that I have done this sales flow, if you follow it step by step, it doesn't matter what company you're with, it works. Okay. And I personally recruited, I think, 6 people in the month of March using this, and 2 people in the month of April. Okay. So I want to show you guys the sales flow. I do also want to let you know that I did generate this in ChatGPT. So I gave it all my information. I generated it, and I am going to be redoing it in Canva. It'll be probably done by this weekend. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up these sales flows. So give me just a minute and we're going to walk through this. And I think now would be a really good time if you have questions, if you're kind of confused about an area. I don't want anybody here to think that your questions are, like, oh, I should know that. No, I don't want anybody to think anything like that. So let me just pull these up. Oh boy. Because now is really the time to ask questions. All right, 1 second. Okay. Okay, guys, so here we go. I'm going to share screen. All right, here we are. So I've got 2 different documents that I'm going to show you guys, and then we're going to walk through them. So the first document, I hope you can see this. I'm just trying to make it so it's not so, and this will be added to boards once it's finalized. But the first document, this is the actual tracker. So once you complete like step one, you can go ahead and check it off. The goal would be to have 5 exposures, 5 appointments for the week. But it first starts with a curiosity post or a direct reach out. Okay. There's really only 2 ways to get in front of a human, in my opinion. You're either going to be doing it through social media, or you're going to be doing it in a direct reach out. And a direct reach out can be out and about, or it can be even on social media. Okay. So the whole goal in any one of those things is to create curiosity. So again, I know we've gone over curiosity posts. There are posts in the boards. I know that people will ask me still, like, where's an example? So guys, remember that your boards has so much information around social media, curiosity posts, conversion posts, and engagement posts. All right. So it starts with a curiosity post. And when you, I'm going to just train from a curiosity post at this moment, but when you say something like drop freedom, um, there, that prospect is giving you permission to give them more information, right? So it's like they're raising their hand saying, yes, I want more info. So right away, the mindset of service should be kicking in. Okay, how can I get to know this person a little bit more and find out more about them? Which brings me to the next step. We're going to connect in the post by simply saying something like, thanks, Jackie, for your interest. And if I'm not friends with them, I say friend me or accept my, I don't say friend me, I'm sorry. I say accept my friend request. I'll see you in the DMs. Okay. And once I get to the DMs, I try to keep it very short and simple. Okay. I don't ask them like, where were you born? What's your married name? What, just guys, remember 1 question at a time in the DMs. Okay. And I also don't give too much information when I am giving answers. So I just want to get to know them. And for me, I always use a combination of a text and a voice message. So I would say something like, hey, Jackie, it's so nice to meet you here in the DMs. Um, Thanks for your interest. Before we get into that, I'd love to know a little bit about you, and then I might say, tell me, are you married? Do you have kids? Or, just a question to get them talking about themselves, not about business yet. But notice I did address it. Thank you for your interest. But before we go there, I'd love to know a little more about you. So let's say Jackie tells me, yeah, I'm married. I have a couple kids. I live in Southern California. Um, and then I say, oh gosh, I've got a mom that lives in Southern California. At that moment, I'm connecting, I'm relating with Jackie. Okay. And then I say, that sounds so good. That's awesome. So, and then I just pause. So tell me, what has you interested in, and then I refer back to my post, in travel. What has you interested in earning extra money in travel? What is it that piques your curiosity about my post? So I'm getting the prospect to tell me, right? Or to reinforce what she was curious about. Okay, so this is all connecting in the DMs. And then she says, whatever it is. Now, I want you guys to notice here step 3, because this is so, so important. send video or invite to a live event. Words to use. Susie Q, do you have a few minutes to watch the video now or later this afternoon? Notice, don't send the video until you confirm a time to chat. I'm going to pause right here and I want to get a hand raised. How many of you have been ghosted ever? Because, oh, balloons going off. Yeah, right, Deb? How many of you guys have been ghosted because you've sent the video, but maybe you just didn't get a time to chat? Yeah, Kelly, yes. And it's not, you might not have been trained that way yet, or you might not have really realized the importance. Christina, yes. Michelle, yes. Yeah. So I want to make sure that you guys really, 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 Joanne, yes, understand the importance of that step. All right. It is vitally important. It is the most important thing. Otherwise, what happens is we hear things like, and Bonnie, you know this too, right? We go into this like, okay, well, let me know after you watch the video. How many of you have ever done? Bonnie's like, Joan, why'd you have to say that? Because I love you and I know you really well. Okay. Guys, how many of you have ever done that? Let me know. I just did it the other day out of like sheer habit. I was like, well, just let me know. And I went, what did I do? Oh my gosh. Right? We've all done it. But what happens when we do that? Bonnie, what happens when we do that?
Yeah, they don't get back to you.
Okay, but what are we doing? That's right. They don't, but we're giving away our what?
We're giving away our power when we do that.
That's right. We give away our power, which means we give away our leadership. Okay, recruiting this process. So it's a process of recruiting. And what happens is when we give away our power, then we become what? We become like, what's going on with them? Are they going to get back to me? Did they watch the video? Oh, you know what? It's been 2 days. They aren't interested anymore. You see, we fill our head with all of these things that, quite frankly, you guys, may or may not be true. We don't know because we gave away our power. So this isn't, I'm not shaming anybody. This is called awareness. Please, please know that even if you don't feel like you are 100% qualified to walk someone through this process, I promise you, every one of you here is. And I will also tell you that in order to keep the momentum in the process going, that you've got to stay empowered. All right. You're going to stay in that leadership role of guiding this conversation. Now, I'm not going to point out, I might know a few people that aren't, and I'm going to use this word urgent. I might know a few people. I'm not going to point you out, but I want everybody to realize that urgency in this process of sales is vitally important also. I know many of you work full-time other jobs. I've been there. I work other jobs myself. But when I talk about urgency, we have to understand that if we let people go too long, they lose interest. Okay, just think about like a kid watching a TV show. If he's glued to the show, right, it's almost like he's got blinders on, but the minute he gets his attention off the show, now he's over onto a fire truck or, playing with cars over there. He doesn't even remember the show. That, think about how quickly you can distract a kid from being all upset to, oh my gosh, look at this, what you like over here, right? It's no different with people, except guess what? Adults are even probably busier on things that they feel are more important than a child on a video. I just wanted to use that as an example. So we have to hold their attention as long as possible by keeping them in momentum. Okay. So I'm going to do this with you guys one time right now. So this is how I do it. I say, oh gosh, that's great, Jackie. I love it that you're interested in learning more about um, how our platform works and how you can make money doing it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a video that is going to do all the heavy lifting, and it will explain a little bit more to you about, what we're all about here at MWR Life. And what I would love to do is get to know you a little bit more, find out what's most important to you, and of course, answer questions. So, do you think you would have time to watch the video now or a little bit later this afternoon? And then the person will tell you. And then I hone them in on a time. Let's say they said this afternoon. I look at my clock and I go, are you thinking around 3 or 4 your time? And let's say they say yes. I go, okay. Let's say she says probably around 4. Great. Let's meet up about 4:30 on my Zoom, and then so that I can get to know you a little bit more, find out what's most important to you, and answer any questions that you might have. Okay. And so now I've got what I call an appointment, right? I've just established an appointment. So let's go back to the share screen. Okay. So notice now we've confirmed a time. So we get to check this, and we're going to check right here because now we've booked a time to follow up. Okay. All right. Next thing to do, right after I book the time, I pop them into a chat with a mentor or a sideline sister. I don't do this as an option. I do this with everybody. Unless I know them really well and I know they're going to sign up. Does anybody know why the three-way chats are so important to your success? What do the three-way chats do for you?
Well, they will believe they, most of the time if the people knows you and you bring someone else, they will believe that this other person is more specialist in the in this.
Okay, so what Jean is talking about, guys, is third-party validation. Okay, so three-way chats give you a third-party validation. A three-way chat elevates the conversation. A three-way chat also shows the new person that there is support and training throughout the team, that they don't have to know it all. Okay. And that's really vital. So when you want somebody to have an extra layer of leadership, you just put them in a chat. Okay. Now, there is a document in the boards under team trainings that tells you how to actually leverage a three-way chat. It will take you less than 5 minutes to read it. I guarantee you that probably most of you have not read it. So take a few minutes and read it because it's easy. When you pop people into a chat, what I do is I make sure that I introduce or edify the prospect. Hey, I want to introduce you to Christine. Christine is looking to make extra money and loves to travel. Okay, something like that, and I've known Christine for a few years and blah, 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 or I worked with Christine in the past. And now I want to take a moment and introduce you to Jackie. Jackie is my upline. And, Jackie's been in the industry for, many years. She's built many organizations. And what you're going to love about Jackie is anything that I can't answer, Jackie can answer. Just something like that. Okay. So now the person subconsciously is going, wow, this team, they work together to support each other. And then Jackie, my upline, okay, so I'm the one that just added Christine, my prospect, to the chat. Jackie, my upline, comes in there at some point and, she basically tells her story and why she joined MWR Life. And then the prospect has a little bit more information. Like Jean said, now he's hearing it or she's hearing it from a third party. Okay. All right. I want to pause there and I want to open it up for questions before I go to the next part, because these two steps, if not done properly, you'll lose your people. And I've seen it happen over and over again. You got to stay in tight step with the prospect. So, what questions are coming up for you now? Anybody? Am I doing okay? Are you guys all right? I have a problem of a person saying our top busy. Our they're too busy? You mean as they can't get in a three-way chat, or you mean it's an objection? Oh, thanks. Uh, just clarify that, Kelly, a little bit more. Too busy to watch the video? Forever? Okay. If somebody says they're too busy to watch the video, then I would just say, when do you feel you would have some time to watch the video? Yeah. Then you just use the word when. When would you have time? Just put it back on them. Guys, if somebody doesn't watch the video, they may not be that interested. And that's okay too. But if somebody isn't willing to invest 12 minutes, some of you guys have 9-minute videos, there's 22-minute. If they're not willing to watch a video at all, then they're probably not the right person. Okay. And this is why it's so important to set up that time for them to watch the video and for you to set the time after. Because what I don't want is for you guys or me to waste my time. The prospect has to do some step forward toward me, right? I have to see that they have some level of investment. If I don't see that they have some level of investment and then I keep trying to get them to watch the video or get on the phone with me, they're probably not the right person. Does that make sense to everybody? Yeah. Okay. So I want you to know, Kelly, that it may not be that it's the right person, and that can happen. They're interested in Travel Savings Club, but they own 3 small. Yeah, that's great. But they still, if they want to, well, then maybe they just want to sign up without watching the video. Does that make sense? Because if somebody doesn't have time to talk to me or watch the video, then I don't know how we're going to, then maybe they just want the platform. They can just get in and sign up then, right? But if they want the information, they're going to have to watch a video or talk to the leader, right? Talk to one of you guys. All right, so let's go on to this next part. Okay, so now that we have a three-way chat going, okay, and remember, it's in tandem. So all this stuff is going on right here at once, Okay. Notice you're going to add the prospect, the upline, the coach, name the chat. So we've got, don't we usually name them with a fire emoji? Anyway, doesn't, I suppose, matter, but don't ever explain to you. Okay. So at this point, I am not only finding out at the end of that time that we chat, but the main thing that I do is now walk through, the connection. I'm talking about what they loved most in the video. I'm going into what questions do they have, and then the last would obviously be, really, where do you want to go from here? And so we're supporting them to a close. Okay. Does that make sense, you guys? So this, if you follow this in order, you're going to be in good shape. Now, let me show you one more thing. Boy, I'm getting a lot of spam these days. Okay, hang on, hold tight. All right. And I'm going to show you this last. Oh. Oh. Huh. Just a second. Okay. This is going to be a little bit more helpful. Okay. So guys, we just went over right here, this sales flow tracker here. Basically, and then this second page is like the coach or the trainer. So it's going to take it a little bit deeper, all right? And help you and support you with a little bit more than just this side. Does that make sense? Yeah? Do you guys like it? What do you think of it?
Well, it can't be more clear and very easy to follow.
Good. Okay, good. What other questions do you guys have about that process?
But for me, I would just mention one thing is I pay always a great attention to know a bit at least about the person before I try to invite to look at a video.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yes.
how do you learn that, Jean, about them?
But when we talk with them, we just ask questions.
Ask questions. If you are not going to talk to them, in other words, if they came to you through a post and now you're in the DMs, what's the best place to find out who a person is? What would you look at?
But what they post already.
What they post. You go to their profile and you look at who they are. Trust me, you look at somebody's Facebook profile, you look at their last 5 posts, and you'll know everything you need to know about them. You'll have a series of questions that come to mind. Okay. All right. So, guys, really the action steps for this week are, let's get clear on what you want to achieve, right? Everybody, if you are building a business, I'm going to assume that you for sure would want to recruit 2 people. Now, I know, I'm just going to say this, that there's some of you here, yeah, Audrey, woo, woo, woo. There's some of you here that have recruited. There's some of you here that are on your way to recruiting and have not recruited yet. But here's what I want to say. Today is a new day. It's a great day to step up and get rolling with this process. Debit will be put in there shortly. Okay. I had an issue with it being kind of blurry. So yeah. Okay. So, guys, the homework is to start using the sales tracker. And there's a handful of you on this call that I have shared that, you know, I personally feel that if you're having challenges getting into conversations, just any conversations, you feel like my DMs are kind of, crickets, it's quiet out there, that you start with um, 20 to 30 connections each day. It does not take more than 15 minutes. It actually takes less. I do this. So literally, it would be like, I'm just going to give you an example. I reach out to Jean and I just say, hey, Jean, hope you're having a fabulous week. What's new? And Jean might tell me. I might reach out to Audrey. Audrey, oh my gosh, I saw you were flying. Where were you off to last week? Michelle, hey, Michelle, I saw that your second daughter's getting married. Oh my gosh, you have, 2 weddings in 6 months. No, but do you see what I mean? All you're doing is making connections. From those connections, it's going to be much more easier. You'll look and you'll go, okay, out of those 30 people today that I just made conversation with, I feel like 5 or 6 of them are going to be people that I say something like, hey, Christine, I have no idea where you're at, or if this would even interest you, but have you ever thought about doing what I do? Or, but have you ever, but are you open to learning a little bit more about how you can save or make money with travel? Guys, it's that easy. It is easy. And I think what we're doing is we're really overcomplicating it. We're either not being consistent and we're wondering why we're not getting results, or we're missing steps in the sales flow process. Okay? So, I want you to get honest with yourself and really take a look at, where am I either missing a step? Where is my consistency affecting my overall results? And then what are you going to do this week to make a switch or to elevate what you're doing? And I want to share this last thing with each of you. I am shifting almost every single day different things. So I don't want anybody here to think like, oh, well, I'm starting over. Maybe you are. I start over every single day, but it's my perception of it. I don't let yesterday affect my today and tomorrow. I'm not going to beat myself up, or I'm not going to look back and go, oh, I haven't done this, or I did this all wrong. I'm going to learn from it and move forward. And that's the best thing that any one of us can do. All right, Cami, you wrote, you the guide or suggestions. Oh, you can use the guide, I think is what she's saying. Yeah. You can use Jeanette's guide or come up with anything on your own. I think that's what you're mentioning. So, all right, guys, we've got about 5 minutes here. Any questions on what you're going to do starting today going forward? Any questions? Anybody got some takeaways? Did you learn anything? Was there anything that you're like, okay, this makes better sense. I feel good about that. All right, I've inspired the whole crew. No.
Let's say visualize it's already done.
Yeah, there you go. Visualize. We're going to go 6 months in advance, right, Jean?
Exactly.
Right? Oh, I love it. Okay.
Hey, Joan, I've got a question. It's Cami.
Yeah.
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 So you'll have that ready for us on next week, is that right? Or
I'm going to give you what I've got now, you guys. So
okay.
I'm going to just post what I have now in the chat. Okay. So, because it is possible for you to use it now, it's just a little blurry, but I think you guys get the gist. So I'm going to post that now in the chat, and then we'll have a clearer version, I probably by the end of the week, but it just depends on how quickly I can get it turned around. Okay? Everybody got that? So we'll go ahead and upload that to the chats. Okay, guys, have a beautiful rest of your day. I want to again say thank you to Jackie, to Lisa, and of course, Jeanette. Thank you so much for contributing. And guys, have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.